Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to this morning's Srimad Bhagavatam class from Canto 1, Chapter 5, Text 28. And it's going to be given by Srila Prabhupada himself. So please kick up the volumes on your listening devices. And here we go. Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Ittam Sharat Pravriksho Ritu Hare Vishrinvato Me Nusavam Yasho Amalam Sankirtyamanam Munibhir Mahatmabhir Bhakti Pravritta Atma Rajas Tamopaha Ittam Sharat Prav Rishika Vritu Hare Vishrinvato me Nusavang Yashomalam Shinvato me Nusavang Yashomalam Sankirtyamanang Munibhir Mahatmabhir Sankirtyamanang Munibhir Mahatmabhir Bhakti Pravrittatma Rajastamopaha Bhakti Pravrittatma Rajastamopaha Ittam Sharat Pravrishika Vritu Hare Ittam Sharat Pravrishika Vritu Hare Vishinvato me Nusavang Yashomalam Shinvato me Nusavang Yashomalam Sankirtyamanang Munibhir Mahatmabhir Sankirtyamanang Munibhir Mahatmabhir Bhakti Pravrittatma Rajastamopaha Bhakti Pravrittatma Rajastamopaha Ittam Sharat Pravrishika Vritu Hare Ittam Sharat Pravrishika Vritu Hare Vishrinvato me Nusavang Yashomalam Vishrinvato me Nusavang Yashomalam Sankirtyamanang Munibhir Mahatmabhir Sankirtyamanang Munibhir Mahatmabhir Bhakti Pravrittatma Rajastamopaha Bhakti Pravrittatma Rajastamopaha Thus Sharat Autumn Pravrishiko Rainy season Ritu 2 seasons Hare of the Lord Vishrinvataha continuously hearing Me myself Anusavam constantly Yashaha Amalam unadulterated glories Sankirtyamanam chanted by Munibhihi the great sages Mahatmabhi great souls Bhakti devotional service Pravritta began to flow Atma living being Rajaha mode of passion Tamaha the mode of ignorance Apaha vanishing. Translation. Thus during 2 seasons, the rainy season and autumn, I had the opportunity to hear these great-souled sages constantly chant the unadulterated glories of the Lord Hari. As my devotional service began, the coverings of the modes of passion and ignorance vanished.
प्राविशिकावृतु हरे विषिन्नतो मे अनुसवं जसोमलं संकीर्तमानं मुनिभि महात्मभि भक्ति प्रवृत्त्या आत्मरजस्तमोपहा आत्मरजस्तमोपहा. This is the perfection of life. We are now covered by the modes of material nature, Trigunamai, three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. So, mukti means to get out of this entanglement of three gunas. That is called mukti. We are suffering different modes of material nature. We have several times explained Karanang Gunasanga Asya Sadasad Joni Janmus. There are different types of bodies. There, from species point of view, there are 8,400,000 forms, and they are due to these material modes of nature. I have several times explained there are three modes of material nature, and if you mix 3 into 3, it becomes 9, and 9 into 9 equal to 81. So, little more or less, there are 8,400,000 species of life. So, in order to get out of this repetition of birth and death, we require to be freed from the influence of the modes of material nature. That is the perfection of life. So here Narad Muni says that during the 4 months in India there are 6 seasons. There is summer season, there is spring, there is autumn, then there is winter, there is fall. In this way there are 6 seasons. So the saintly person during the autumn and rainy season, they keep together, they do not move, because saintly persons and lasses, their business is to move. Grihinam dina cetasa mahat vichalanam. Mahat vichalanam. Mahat means Mahatma, great souls. Great soul means not crippled souls, those who are anxious to meet the great or the Supreme Brahma or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Those who are crippled souls, they are entangled with the limited circle of material enjoyment. But Mahatma is described in the Bhagavad Gita. Mahatmanastu mang prartha dvaivi prakriti masit. Mahatmas are not interested within this material world. They are not under the influence of the external energy. Of course, nowadays it is sometimes politicians are called Mahatma. But that is not the purpose of Mahatma. Mahatma is not interested with politics or sociology. They are all material things, or philanthropy. They are interested with the Supreme, Brahma, Paramatma and Bhagavan. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti Shabdate. They are interested. Especially, Mahatma is he who is interested with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Every Krishna Bhakta, Krishna conscious person is Mahatma, real Mahatma. How it is? Krishna says, Mahatmanastu mang prartha dvaivi prakriti masita bhajanti ananya manuso. That is Mahatma. Mahatma does not mean that if you dress yourself with a certain colored cloth and have some big hairs and beards, then you become Mahatma. No. The Mahatma is he who Daivi Prakriti Mas is not under the influence of this external energy. Daivi Prakriti means there are two Prakritis, two natures, internal and external. Internal energy is spiritual energy and external energy is material energy. So Mahatmas, they are not under material energy. One who is under the material energy, they are entangled with these three gunas. Satagun, Rajagun, Tamagun. The lowest is the Tamagun, and via media is the Rajagun, and the topmost goodness is Satagun. So, even in Satagun, that is also entanglement. Rajagun, Tamagun is certainly entanglement. But even Rajagun, even one is situated in the Satagun. Satagun means perfect Brahman. Satta, Sama, Dhamma, Titikha, Arjava, Jnanam, Vijnanam, Astikam, Brahma Karma, Sabhava. Even if you become a perfect Brahmana with qualities, still it is bondage. In bondage, in this way, that even if you become a Brahmana, you think yourself, now I have got so much knowledge, Vedic knowledge, I speak truth, Satta, I can control my senses, Satta, Sama, Dhamma, I can control my mind, I have got knowledge, I can tolerate. So, all these qualities, one becomes bound up. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches, Nahang Vipra Nacha Narapati, that even I am not even a Brahmana, I am not a Kshatriya, I am not a Vaishya, I am not a Shudra. He says, this is called Sarvapadhi Vinimuktam. Even if you become a Brahmana, still that is Upadhi, designation. So, although there is bondage in the Satagun, Urdhanga Chanti Sattva, you can be promoted to the higher planetary system, but that is also bondage. Krishna says, Abrahma bhavana lokan punaravartina Arjuna. If you remain within this material world, even if you are promoted to the highest planetary system, Brahma Loka, Sattva Loka, still you have to accept the material bondage, means Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. Brahma, he also dies. Although he has got very, very long duration of life, he also dies. The Krishna therefore recommends Jadgatyana Nivattanti Tadhamam Paramam. If you come to my place, then you are no more under the laws of birth, death, old age and disease. Takta dehang punarjanma naiti mameti konte. That should be the aim of life. there are others who are aspiring to go to the heavenly planet or Satyaloka or Brahmaloka, but Krishna says, Madjajinopi janti mam. Janti deva brata devan pitrin janti pitri brata. Madjajinopi janti mam. Therefore, the Krishna consciousness movement is that why we should go to the heavenly planet or Brahmaloka or any other material planet. We shall go directly to the abode of Krishna, Goloka Vrindavan. That is the aim of the devotees. So that aim you can fulfill by practicing Bhakti Yoga. That is mentioned here. Bhakti pravitya atma rajastamopaha. So rajastama, so long one is situated in the modes of passion and ignorance, there is no hope. There is no hope. But when one comes to the platform of Satugun, there is little hope of transcending. So Bhakti Yoga is above Satugun. In the Satugun, in the modes of goodness, you can become a nice Brahmana. But simply by becoming a nice Brahmana, you are not free from the material bondage. When you become a pure Vaishnava, then you are free from the bondage of the material. And to become Vaishnava, you require this devotion, bhakti. Bhakti. Immediately beginning of bhakti means rajastama upaha. One who is situated, even beginning, he is above the rajastama gun. He is situated. Tadas kamulubha. There is a verse. Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityang bhagavata sevaya. Here the same thing is described, that sankirtamanang munibhi mahatmabhi. Sankirtaman. We have to hear the sankirtan, not from professional men. That will not be. If you hear sankirtan from the professional man who makes sankirtan as the means of livelihood. Just like people do some business or work to get some money to maintain the life. Similarly, if somebody takes the sankirtan as the means of livelihood, that will not help you. You can go on hearing sankirtan from such professional men for millions of years. You still will remain where you are. Not rajastamopaha. You cannot get out of the bondage of. Therefore, you have to hear from the sankirtamanam munivi mahatmabhi. Mahatma. Mahatma means Mahatmanastamang prarthadevi prakriti masrita bhajanti ananna manushu. Mahatma means those who have finished this material business. Simply they are interested with Krishna. And just like Haridas Thakur or followers, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's followers. If you hear, just like Narad Muni in his previous birth, he heard from this Mahatma, great devotees, only for 4 months. It is stated here, the time is Sarat Prabhishaka Ritu. Sarat and Autumn, 2 ritus he heard. The association was there. And the result was Vishinnata me anusabang jasu amalam. Krishna's glorification, amalam, without any spot, without any Krishna's glories, That is real Nirgun. Nirgun does not mean to become impersonal. Nirgun means without any material attributes. So, when Krishna's glories are chanted, that is not anything of this material world. Just like Narottam Thakur says, Golokera Premodhana Harinama Sankirtan. This Harinam Sankirtan, that is not any vibration of this material world. That is spiritual. Golokera Premodhana Harinama Sankirtan. Rotina Janmila Kanata. Sangsara Davanale Divanisi Hiyajale. Vishaya Vishanale, Vishanale, Davanale, these things are described of this material world. It's like you sang immediately. Sangsara Davanala Lila Loka Tranaya Karuna Ghana Ghanatyam. So the sangsar, this material world, is just like blazing fire, Davanal, and forest fire. Forest fire means nobody goes to set fire in the forest. It takes automatically. Similarly, we want to live very peacefully in this material world, but that is not possible. There will be fire. And Vishaya Vishanale. Vishaya means things which is required for sense enjoyment. Ahara Nidra Bhayamaitana. So either you say Vishaya Vishanale or Sangsara Davanale, the matter is the same. Narottam Das Thakur says therefore, Vishaya Vishanale Divanisi Hiya Jale Torivare Nakoinu Upar. If you want to get out of this Vishanala, the blazing fire of poison or forest fire, then we have to take shelter of this Hari Sankirtan. Golokera Premadhana Harinama Sankirtana Rotina Janmila Kanata Sangsara Davanale Vishaya Vishanale Divanisi Hiyajale Torivare Nakoinu Upa. So, in order to get out of this blazing fire of material existence, which is a combination of Rajastama Sattvagun, one has to take to this devotional service, and that can be achieved only by hearing from Munibhi Mahatmabhi. Those are Munis. Munis means they are silent about material affairs. They are simply interested with spiritual advancement of life. To give up something and to accept something. To give up something is negative. But if you do not accept something positive, this give up something will not stay. Simply to become renounced of the material world will not help. Big sannyasis, they give up this material world, Brahma Sattva Jagan Mithya, but because they did not engage themselves in devotional service, they again come back to this material world for philanthropic work, for altruistic work, for charity, for opening a school. So simply negative will not help us. We have to accept positive. See, if you accept the positive, the negative will automatically result. Just like here it is said, bhakti pravitya. As soon as bhakti is accepted, then atma rajastama apaha immediately become free. Your soul becomes free from the influence of rajastama. Rajastama means lust and desire. Kada rajastamo bhava kamalobha dayastujji. If you are entangled in rajastama, then you will be influenced by lusty desires, kama and lobha. The lusty desires will never be satisfied. You will want more. That is called greedy, lobha. Lusty desires and greediness. You'll never be free if you remain in the kama and in the rajastama. Tato rajastamo bhava kamolobha dayaschaje cheta eti anaviddham sthita satte prasidati. Here the two modes of nature is explained, kama and lobha, rajastama. So if you are entangled with rajastama, then our perpetual desire for lusty sense enjoyment and greediness will not stop. It will drag me more and more and entangle. But sthita satte prasidati. But if we give up these two qualities, the remainder quality means goodness, that satte at will give, you will get at least peace of mind. Sthita satte prasidati. Evam prasanna manasa, when you are in the platform of satisfaction, Satogon, just like the Brahminical qualification, they are satisfied with anything. A Brahman is not supposed to improve his economic condition. He is not interested. He is simply satisfied by the grace of God. Whatever I have got, that is sufficient. God is supplying everyone, even birds and beasts and cats and dogs. Eko jo bahunam vidadhati kama. He is giving food to everyone. So Satagun means to remain satisfied whatever is obtained from God by his free will. That's all. They are not after economic development. So Vaishnava, being inherently a Brahmana, he should be satisfied. Whatever Krishna has given, that's all. My business is how to make advance in Krishna consciousness. Tasyaiva heta prajateta kovida. That is the Vaishnava's business. That's simply how to make perfection of life in Krishna consciousness. That is Vaishnava's demand. Not for any other improvement. Economic development or this or that. No. Because economic it is a false idea that one will be satisfied or be happy simply by economic development. No, that is not possible. Practical. In your country, there is immense economic development, but you could not get any happiness. That is not possible. Happiness will be possible when, first of all, you are situated in the Brahminical position, Satagun, and to come to that Brahminical position, you have to give up the activities of Rajastamagun. The Rajastamagun is that illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication, and gambling. So if you voluntarily give up and be situated in the Satagun, then you will be happy. Evam prasanna manasu. And that happiness can be obtained, as it is stated here, bhakti, by devotional service. Bhakti pravitya, as soon as you begin devotional service, jayatma samprasidati. There are many references. Sabai pungsang paro dharma jatu bhakti radhokhaji ohitu ki apratihata jeno atma suprasidati. So by bhakti yoga, you will be happy. And as soon as you become happy, then your Krishna consciousness is very easily advanced. Evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yoga. Evam prasanna manaso bhagavad mukta sangasya jaya. Bhagavad tattva vijnanam mukta sangasya jayate. In this way, we shall understand Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam, and that is the perfection of life. So Narad Muni admits that simply by hearing from the realized souls, Munibhi Mahatmavi, for 4 months during their stay in the Chaturmasa period, gradually I developed my Krishna consciousness, and then I began devotional service. This is the process. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. So, another wonderful lecture by Srila Prabhupada. Now, so much to pick from, of course, and so many things that Narada Muni was saying that he did being around the Munis, the great souls, in Chaturmasya time for 4 months, how he converted him. So, devotees, please unmute yourself and make comments about this. There's so much to learn from this. Srila Prabhupada is going into so many details and so many points. So whatever your takeaways are, please unmute yourself and let's have some conversation. Hare Krishna. Jai.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances of Srila Prabhupada. One point that I was happy to hear that Srila Prabhupada said was that, I think he was saying something like, why should we aspire, or to go to the material planets, which, from so many levels, just aspire to go straight to Goloka Vrindavan is what he was saying, where Krishna's abode. And then he said that is what a devotee's goal should be. So I was happy to hear that part. That because we've heard not to be attached and this and that, but I'm glad to hear that your Prabhupada says that we can aspire to go back to Godhead, because it's rather than go to the different levels. And then so that was one of my takeaway. And the second one that I really was really meditating a little bit more is that how Srila Prabhupada says that those in the other two gunas, there's no way they can get a taste for Krishna consciousness or bhakti yoga, that one has to come to the mode of goodness. So that was one point that Srila Prabhupada is always stressing, how important it is to rise ourselves to that level to really understand the science of devotional service. So these were my two takeaways. I'll have the other devotees share, and then I'll share my other one later on. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, it's wonderful. Yeah, this important when he talks about these three modes. He says that passion and ignorance, there's no hope. But goodness, there's some little hope, and then you can go up there to the mode of transcendence, which is what Bhakti Yoga is about. Thank you very much. Any other comments or takeaways or questions if we didn't understand something? Please unmute yourself. All right. So while the devotees are doing that, I'll share my takeaways from this. So Srila Prabhupada started by saying that we're covered with the three modes, Trigunamayi, three modes. And liberation, mukti, means to get out of these modes. We take repeated birth and death in 8,400,000 species of life. And to get out of that, we have to get out of the influence of the material modes of nature. And then he defined the two types of souls, great souls and crippled souls. Great souls are those who want to meet the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and crippled souls are those entangled in the material modes, trying to enjoy material. And he made a difference, definition of Mahatma, because materially sometimes, people who are great politicians, they call them Mahatmas, great politicians in the mode of goodness, they call them Mahatmas. But Srila Prabhupada says every Krishna conscious person is the real definition. This defines what a Mahatma is. Mahatma is a Krishna conscious person who is not under the influence of material energy. And those under the material energy are entangled with the three gunas, goodness, passion, and ignorance. Even those in the mode of goodness can also be entangled, not as badly as those in the passion and ignorance modes, but even in mode of goodness, there is some attachment. Hare Krishna. So this is some of the things that I got from the lecture. If there's anyone else who wants to share, then please go on and share.
If I
And
can share one more point that Srila Prabhupada was saying towards the end of his lecture, where he said, so Bhakti Yoga you'll be, so by Bhakti Yoga, the second last paragraph, so by Bhakti Yoga, you'll be happy. And as soon as you become happy, then your Krishna consciousness is very easily advanced. And it made me really think about the word happy, you know, because Bhakti Yoga actually means devotional service. Yoga is linking, service to Bhakti, which is devotion. So I was really thinking about, how it's important for us to evaluate ourselves, to reassess internally, to say, am I happy in Krishna consciousness? Am I happy in my devotional service? And then, because if we are happy, then we can grow in Krishna consciousness, as what Srila Prabhupada is saying. So to me, the word happy was a very key point for us to really meditate on and really evaluate, reassess our Krishna consciousness. Am I happy in my devotional service? And because that will gauge how much we grow. So that was one of my takeaway that I was really thinking about, is the word happy. Thank you.
Happiness, yes, that's quite important. And this happiness is the internal happiness, where you're not really attached to something that is external to make you happy, but in fact, you're internally very, very happy, very situated. And that comes from pouring our hearts out when we do devotional service. The intention should be not a mechanical one, just to do because, oh, they said I should do, or if I don't do so, then God will not be happy with me. No, you should do it because you want to serve the Lord yourself. You want to serve the devotees yourself, and that brings the real happiness. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else that wants to share? Okay, so in the meantime, I'll continue with some of the things that I got as a takeaway. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada says, I'm not a Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmachari, and no, he didn't give himself any label except to say that he is, in fact, the servant of a servant of a servant of the devotees, the gopis. Srila Prabhupada says, being in the material world, even if you're promoted to Brahmaloka, there's still Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi, there's still birth, death, old age, and disease. So Vaishnavas, he said, at the very least in the mode of goodness. They act materially in the mode of goodness. But we obviously have by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, the chanting and also the services, the 9 processes by which we serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and to develop our Krishna Prema, love for the Lord. He also warned that we should not hear from professional men. We should hear from a real sadhu. So when Krishna's glories are chanted, that is real nirguna. Nirguna means without any material tinge. So in order to get out of this blazing fire of material existence, we should not listen to professional men. We should listen from Mahatma Vir, Muni Vir, which is part of the text today, as Narada Muni was hearing from the Mahatmas. So when we accept bhakti in our lives, then we become free of the sattva and rajas and tamas, these 3 modes. But especially if we're entangled in a mode of passion, we will have lusty desires. And I know that is sometimes an issue with devotees only because there's so much outside external activities, material activities, that is connected with the mode of passion. Advertisement is in the mode of passion. Some of it is in the mode of ignorance when they lie and they try to deceive people into doing something that they shouldn't be doing. So that's there, but most of it is in the mode of passion. And so it takes a while. But when you chant and chant in desperation that here's my situation, I really want to improve as a devotee. I want to be purified and I want to be more joyful in devotional service. but I'm influenced at this time by things in the mode of passion because I see it all around me and I associate and I go to work and there's still more mode of passion. People are doing things in ignorance, using swear words and all of that, and I have to sometimes be in that kind of environment. But when we chant in desperation, Krishna actually removes us mentally from those type of things. And sometimes if it's very severe, he can arrange to move us physically from there too and get into a different situation in our lives. It's all about how greedy we are to be connected with Krishna consciousness, how greedy we are. That last Sunday, in answer to one question, Prabhupada was also bringing to spend quite a bit of time talking about lolium. We have to have the greed. Lord Chaitanya has also said the ticket to being Krishna Prema is to be greedy for serving in order to love the Lord, to practice how to love the Lord through service. So yes, the opportunity is all there. So, and Srila Prabhupada also made a point about being satisfied. When we are satisfied in Sattva Gun, the mode of goodness, at that point, a person is remains satisfied with whatever Krishna provides. So Vaishnavas, devotees should be, at the very least, materially should be in the mode of goodness. And passion and ignorance means we have to voluntarily give up meat eating, gambling, intoxication, and illicit sexual affairs. Hare Krishna. So, are there any more takeaways or questions? Okay, so I'm not hearing anything, so we'd like to thank all devotees for coming today. The lecture was short, but it was still power-packed, and we would continue tomorrow, Thursday, regular lecture. And please come in if you know somebody that has been coming, and since we changed the Zoom information, they have not come. You could send them a chat, a note, and tell them about the change that we're forced to make because of unfortunate situation that happened a couple of days ago. So apart from that, there's nothing else. Then we thank you for coming on, and we'll see you tomorrow also. Vanchakapatrubhyascha kripasundabhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you.
Vaishnav Thakur ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.